Back live. It's your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance. We're here live at Golden Leaf in Hobart, Indiana, 651. I'm about ready to go with tonight's fighter you should know, but what I really want to do is set up next week's topic of discussion. Next week's topic of discussion is the fact that earlier today it was made official that Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions has bought the rights to the greatest boxing magazine to ever grace the newsstand. I'm talking about the Ring magazine. We're going to talk about the ups, we're going to talk about the downs, and we're going to talk about the facts. We're going to talk about how this deal was made. Didn't even know the Ring magazine was for sale, and all of a sudden it's sold. So it's not like there was a lot of heavy bidding. It just out of nowhere was sold to Golden Boy Promotions. Of course, Oscar De La Hoya's promotion department. Let's talk about, I want you guys to get on that message board. Pardon me, that's why we're doing it this way. Instead of us discussing it tonight and just blowing our wad all on it right now, let's go ahead and put it to you guys, to the fans, the people that matter. I want to hear what you have to say about it all over our message boards and our instant message. You can email us. Our email addresses are all over that website, www.bolopunchboxing.com. Check us out. Look at the interviews. We've got Hasim Rahman on there. We've got David Tua. We had a great time this past weekend, Timmy and I did. And it is now time for tonight's Golden Leaf Fighter You Should Know. Tonight's Golden Leaf Fighter You Should Know is John Henry Lewis. John Henry Lewis was the first black American to win the light heavyweight championship, a title he held for 4 years. And as with many light heavyweights, Lewis often fought larger heavyweights to gain more attention and bigger purses. Lewis was not the first fighter in his family. His great-great-uncle was Tom Molyneux, an early bare-knuckle heavyweight who traveled to England to challenge for the world title. Born in California, Lewis moved to Arizona, where his father got a job as a trainer for the University of Arizona athletic teams. Lewis's father also opened a gym in Phoenix. At a very early age, Lewis and his brother Christy were put to work at the gym fighting midget boxing exhibitions. Later, the Lewises toured the Southwest in such exhibitions. Given this early training, Lewis was well prepared to turn professional at the age of 14 as a welterweight. 3 years later, Lewis won a decision over Lloyd Phillips to take what was considered to be the Arizona Middleweight Championship. In 1932, Lewis received worldwide attention, winning decision future heavyweight champion James J. Braddock in San Francisco and lost a close decision in a non-title bout with light heavyweight champion Maxie Rosenblum. The next year, Lewis scored 2 victories over Rosenblum, a closely matched rival who came back to defeat Lewis twice. Lewis lost a rematch with Braddock in his first New York appearance in 1934. Managed by the owner of the Pittsburgh Crawfords Negro League baseball team, Gus Greenlee, Lewis fought as often as possible in an attempt to secure a shot at the title. In 1935, he got his chance fighting for the light heavyweight belt against Bob Olin in St. Louis, Missouri. But being champ apparently didn't mean being paid. Under the terms of his contract, Lewis forfeited his purse when the sparse crowd failed to provide the minimum expected gain. Lewis possessed all the attributes of a great fighter. He had the speed of a welterweight, was aggressive, skilled at defense, and a master puncher. The lack of financial reward was, however, a problem. In 1939, Lewis signed for a heavyweight title fight against his friend Joe Louis. Although it was not widely known, Lewis was almost blind in one eye and had been for some years already. Joe Louis gave his friend a chance for a big payday before the eye problem forced him to retire. Lewis made short work of the challenger, knocking him out in 1 round. This fight was the only knockout Lewis suffered in 117 fights. Lewis retired after this defeat, and I do mean Lewis, L-E-W-I-S, not Joe Louis, because Joe Louis knocked out John Henry Lewis. Born May 1st, 1914, died April 18th, 1974. 117 total fights, 103 of them were wins. Awesome. Lost 8 times, drew 6 times, 60 knockouts. Inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastore, New York in the year 1994. Tonight's Golden Leaf Fighter You Should Know, John Henry Lewis. And we covered a lot of ground. Next week, I want that instant messenger burning up. I want that message board burning up all week. I want to hear what you have to say about Oscar De La Hoya's promotion department company, known as Golden Boy Promotions, obviously one of the biggest ones in the land, owning the rights to Ring magazine, the one belt that we hold dear. It isn't altered with any, tainted with any sanctioning bodies getting their thumb in it. It's the Ring magazine. It's the one magazine that everyone holds dear and clear, and now a fighter owns the rights to it. Let me hear what you have to say about this. This has been your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance, www.hssb.ccsportsjuice.com. Save us a ringside seat.